Welcome to Matty G Sportscast, planet Earth's most trusted Matty G Sportscast, and football is officially back. It was back Thursday. It started on Thursday, and it started at the beginning of the month, but now it is officially back for sure. As right now, like full football for 3 days straight is back. Like football season is here, boys and ladies and gentlemen. So we are back on track so far, guys. We have the GHSA, NCAA, NFL. I heard XFL might be coming back soon. That's a rumor. I'm not so sure if it's coming back yet. Maybe it'll come back in the spring after NFL and after the Super Bowl. But so that's the reason why I didn't put it in the video. Why I didn't really talk. Why I'm not really going to talk about the XFL because it's not back officially back yet. But first we're going to start out with high school football. My high school lost. South Paulding lost to North Paulding, 24-45. It was a heartbreaking loss for South Paulding. We rallied back in the third quarter with a fumble recovery, and it was 17-24, but Marietta's quarterback went untouched for a 50-yard run afterwards, and they just started scoring after that, and then they pummeled on us 45-24. But I do believe that South Paulding the Spartans will bounce back from this loss. I do believe that they will bounce back from this loss. Really good football team, very disciplined. Nothing but good things to say for South Paulding. Nothing but good things. And North Paulding is a good team too. I think they're going to be average though because they're one of those. They're a 7A school, so they should be beating South Paulding, but South really wanted it. They really wanted that game in the third quarter, and then after North Paulding just scored on us 3 times, it was over by then. But it was a tough one. But I don't think North Paulding's going to do really well. They lost their first game, and they should have lost to South. It was definitely a heartbreaker for South Paulding. But Lowndes, the Lowndes Vikings dominated Griffin, 45-6. Lowndes is number 9 in the country right now, in the nation. Lowndes is number 9. All I gotta say is Grayson and Marietta better watch out. All them Atlanta teams, 7A Atlanta teams, Lowndes wants all the smoke right now. They just been dominating these last 2 games. They're up on a good start right now, but they got to keep it going. They got to keep it going, guys, but I feel like they're going to keep it going. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about college today as well. College football has been back for a couple, I'd say this is their second today. Saturday was the second college football game day. Iowa State lost to unranked Louisiana Raging Cajuns. So that was, I still can't believe they lost that game. And they lost pretty bad too. I can't remember the score on that one. I didn't write down the score on that one. But all I remember is it was at least a 3-touchdown lead. At least. It was nasty for sure. Like, Iowa State should have never lost that game. Clemson dominated Wake Forest 37-13. Trevor Lawrence looked absolutely perfect. Travis Etienne looked absolutely perfect. Clemson, I believe, will make it to the national championship against Alabama or Georgia. That's my prediction. But yeah. FSU lost 13-16. They were up and they blew it and lost to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's quarterback looks really good. He was actually committed to FSU, and FSU stopped recruiting him. So he went to Georgia Tech, and That's another thing FSU did wrong. Stop recruiting good quarterbacks. I mean, Tate Rodemaker's a good quarterback. James Blackman's a good quarterback, but I mean, it would have been good to have Georgia Tech's quarterback. I can't think of his name though, so maybe it's not good. Maybe it's good that they didn't get him because if they did, if I could have remembered his, yeah. So, um, and now we're gonna talk a little bit about the NFL. Now, let's start with Tom Brady, the GOAT, greatest of all time, quarterback, greatest quarterback of all time in my opinion. He had two picks, 239 yards and two touchdowns, but those two interceptions, he had a pick six, and then he had an interception and then a pick six, and I felt so bad for him, man. You know, Tom Brady's always been my favorite quarterback, and I've always feel bad every time he loses. They lost 23-34 to the Saints. Drew Brees, you know, looked pretty old out there too now. He didn't have any interceptions. I'd say he played a better game than Brady, but he really wasn't that all what he was hyped up to be. You know, he was hyped up to smoke the Buccaneers by their fans. The Saints fans think that Drew Brees is just this great quarterback, and he is. Don't get me wrong, he's a great quarterback, but he did not play that great on Sunday. On Sunday at 4:25 when it started, he didn't play that good from the opening. Lots of incomplete passes. I think at greatest he had probably one touchdown pass. Alvin Kamara, the running back, really got most of the Saints' touchdowns. But Michael Thomas actually got hurt, rolled his ankle. So we don't know if he's returning again when the Saints play the Raiders next Sunday. So we don't know if he's returning. Also, the Patriots beat the Dolphins, and a lot of Patriot fans too, I've noticed, have been saying that Bill Belichick is 1-0 and Brady's 0-1, and how Brady made a mistake for leaving New England. But I mean, y'all got to play the Dolphins. You know, you have to remember. I mean, the Dolphins aren't really that good. So to sit here and compare Tom Brady playing against one of the best defenses in the NFC versus Cam Newton running on the Dolphins, there's not a comparison there. There's definitely not a comparison there. I definitely wouldn't say that that's a compare. You can't compare Cam Newton and Tom Brady right now. You can't compare them because they both played two different opponents, two different types of opponents. Brady faced one of the best defenses in the league. Cam Newton faced the Dolphins. I'm sorry, but that says it for itself at this point. You can't say that Brady's not going to do good this year just because of one game. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, guys, the Falcons lost to the Seahawks. The Bengals lost a very controversial one. They missed a field goal to tie the game, so they lost 16-13, I want to say. But also, or 16-14, they either could have won the game or tied it. I can't remember right now. But they lost a controversial one because Joe Burrow threw it to A.J. Green, which is, in my opinion, the perfect quarterback wide receiver duo right now. And besides Brady and Evans and Godwin, of course, or Brady and Gronk, I would say that that Burrow and Green is a really good comparison. But not comparison, a duo, a really good duo, Burrow and Green. But Green pushed off a little bit on the defense. He pushed off on the person who was defending him, and they called it. And they called it back, the touchdown that he caught, because he pushed off. The offensive pass interference. Actually happened to the Cowboys too. The Cowboys and the Rams. Dak Prescott threw a perfect pass, and they called it back because the receiver that caught it pushed off the corner. So it's really it's going to really be tough. They're going to have to remember that they can't push off no matter what happens. You can get the pass interference call either way nowadays in the NFL. It used to be just defensive pass interference. Now it can be offensive pass interference. So you got to really be careful when it comes down to it, guys. And yeah, I think that's all I have for today. I expected the video and the podcast to be longer, but I think I covered it all. So, Monday Night Football, Big Ben did really great. He's the reason why I lost by 1 point in fantasy football. So, man, right now I'm not a huge Big Ben fan at the moment because he made me lose in fantasy football to the halftime Super Bowl champs. Oh, by the way, I want y'all to root for my fantasy football team. They're called the South Paulding Matty G Sports. That's all I could really come up with for a team name, guys. But I want y'all to keep them in mind as they're going to be the future fantasy football champs for the league I'm in right now. So I guarantee you it will happen. And if not, then I'm going to be really disappointed, but I'll get over it. But we have a pretty good chance. We did lose by 1 last night, but it doesn't matter because next week we play someone really good and we're going to beat the brakes off of them next week and bounce back in week 2. Just like Brady will bounce back week 2 against the Buccaneers. So be ready, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. It means a whole lot to me, guys. It means a whole lot to me. So thank you very much. And you are watching Planet Earth's most trusted Matty G Sportscast. See you later, guys.